So this is week 6.
Yes. The
Week 6 or is it week 5? Week 6.
GMR
Wow.
Podcast, week 6. Show number 6.
Episode 6.
Yes. Well, last week we had all sorts of difficulties with the program. As anybody who listened to last week's show knows, 2 minutes in, the sound went screwy, and so we recreated the show as best we could on the live show the day after.
The day after. Which is named my first book. So, yeah, little no caffeine today. I'm a little low-key. But, why don't you tell them what we got coming up here, Marty, what we're doing with the podcast?
Well, next week will be a special podcast as we prepare to go sit through 12 hours of movies almost directly after the recording of the podcast. And then we'll be taking a 3-week break.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
What am I going to do with myself?
We're taking vacation time so we can do good programming for you. Then we'll be back in somewhere like March 14th, something like that, I think, with our St. Patty's Day episode. So,
And we'll be going to Patty's Pub for that one.
yes.
It's going to be pretty exciting. Also, we figured out a way to put this podcast on iTunes.
Yes.
So, I don't know if this one will be up there or if
This
the next one.
this might be the first one to go up on iTunes, I'm thinking.
And then all you loyal viewers can just subscribe and get instantly know when our next show is coming up.
Yeah,
Or when our next show has been posted.
exactly. 3 minutes in and no sound problems. So.
No sound problems. And I'm still awake.
Yes. Which is also good.
We need cricket sounds in the background. Cricket, cricket.
I can almost hear them.
Yeah, third person does help keep the energy going back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
But
And caffeine.
caffeine, yeah, well, you're off the caffeine now. So next week, if you drink that Rockstar, you're just going to be bouncing off the roof.
Yeah, I might not need it.
You might not need it. You might just need a Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So I haven't had one of those in about a month and a half.
It's a while, man. And now you're almost totally off the caffeine. Is that right?
I still have some Coca-Cola or the cream soda.
How much caffeine is in a cream soda?
29 milligrams.
That seems like a lot. Now, how much is in a Mountain Dew?
58.
Coca-Cola?
34.
I see. Dr. Pepper?
44.
Wow. You studied this.
And Pepsi has 38.
He's not looking at anything. This is just off the top of his head, folks.
Studied those cans.
They don't put I noticed, like the generic versions, or the store versions, I've noticed they don't really list that.
Really? I'm going to have to look into that. See if I can get to the bottom of it.
Dun, 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 dun. It's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to figure out this code. We're going to find out what's happening. So did you hear I found a dumpster baby last week? Turns out I thought it was my stepbrother, but it wasn't. It wasn't because my stepdad, or what I thought was my dad, thinks my dad. Yeah. It's a story. Yeah, it's a short story I'm working on.
It's complicated.
It's confusing. But at least I own a bar, so I'm able to drink whenever I want. Wait a minute, that's not me. That's some other guy.
You're confusing your life with Rambo again.
Not again. You know, Nam did a lot of bad things to me, man. A lot of bad things. It's awesome shit. Oh, sorry, I had
I was gonna say I lost the sound on you there for a second.
Did you?
Yeah.
We back?
Yes.
Wonder what happened there.
You stood up.
How does that really affect it?
Well, these aren't the strongest microphones in the world, so.
Oh. So I have to keep it like right here all the time if I want to get good quality, consistent audio?
Yeah.
Well, that just makes sense.
The Mark Brady seal of approval audio.
Yep. Oh, so Comic-Con's coming up.
Oh, yeah. I think it's, 14 weeks to Comic-Con
14
now?
weeks.
Is that right?
Got to do at least 20 minutes on Comic-Con, otherwise I feel like we're letting somebody down. Uh-oh, I moved the mic a little farther from my head. Now I'm looking at for my Comic-Con info. Boom, that's not it. I'm just going to take everything out of that bag.
We're still waiting for this year's program to come out.
Should be pretty exciting. Let's see. Things we could have done. We could have went to the High School of the Dead. If you love zombies or scantily clad women, men, or zombies, then this anime manga party is for you.
We didn't make it to that one last year.
No, that was on Friday. So, like Friday things. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going on Friday this time.
That sounds like 18 plus only. That takes place at 10:30 at night at the Hyatt Regency Ballroom. Hey, we were in the Hyatt Regency.
That's right.
We could have just skipped down there. Wait a minute. What day did we get there?
We got there on Saturday.
We got there on Saturday, so wonk, wonk, wonk. We would have missed it anyway. We did miss it.
Yeah. We only did 2 days, but it felt like longer. 3 days might feel like you're there the whole week.
But this zombie thing sounds like it might come dressed as your favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
Or in your best zombie gear.
Your best.
Yeah.
Don't bring your shabby.
And enter the wildly inappropriate costume contest. Well, that sounds like fun. Wildly inappropriate.
Wildly
inappropriate. It's pretty, yeah. That sounds pretty exciting. Definitely would have enjoyed seeing that.
Not marginally, but wildly.
It's going to be wildly exciting. Let's see. There was a Starship Troopers anniversary. We missed that.
That's right. Ray wanted to go to that.
I didn't even realize that. Spotlight on Erin Gray. She was cute.
That was too early in the morning for us.
That was early in the morning. Yeah, we didn't even get there till noon or something, right?
Yeah, because we were at the IHOP and then on the freeway.
Let's see. Babylon 5, the little show that could.
This year is all about Babylon 5.
Going to be huge this year.
And Walking Dead. It's all about Babylon 5 and Walking Dead this year.
It's not surprising.
Oh, so there's been more Star Wars news.
What's that?
Now, did I say... No, I didn't say last time. There is going to be a Yoda movie.
You were implying you wanted to see a Yoda movie.
And now it's for real.
Now it's happening.
There's
Just Yoda, like the origin of Yoda?
It's just straight up standalone Yoda movie.
Wow.
And it'll be released like in between 7, 8, and 9. And we're also getting a young Han Solo movie.
Han Solo.
And a Boba Fett movie.
A whole Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a Jabba the Hutt movie?
Well, that's the other one that might be coming after.
Or a Guido movie. What's Guido doing in his off hours? Right? Does he have a family? What's going on?
Father Guido Sarducci? Or are you talking about Greedo?
Greedo. Okay,
Okay.
Greedo. See? I have one of those, I do things like that.
Greedo got blown up.
He did, but what happened before that? You know?
Yeah, he didn't do much.
You ever play any of the Star Wars video games, like Knights of the Old Republic, or?
I played the Super Star Wars for Super Nintendo. Couldn't really get past the Sandcrawler.
Oh, I heard, isn't that the one? There was a Japanese version of that where Darth Vader turned into a scorpion or some shit.
Interesting.
Read that in a Game Informer. Game Informer. I got to remember this mic. I got to get those Madonna mics, man.
Well, we're going to work up to better microphones and maybe even a digital recorder, so then we can, be more portable with the program, and
that'd be cool. Then we could
more in control.
Then we could go do things like let's go to the swap meet. Let's go talk to the man on the street.
Yeah.
I don't really see any of that happening.
The possibility is there.
But the possibility remains.
When you're not tethered to the computer.
Yeah, it's hard to drag this thing all over town.
Yeah.
And why you wouldn't want to?
It's quite bulky.
It is. It is.
Then you can get a digital recorder. You can just carry that around, plug the mics in with the XLR plugs, and then you record it onto a chip, and you take the chip, put that in the computer, then you can mix all the different audio.
I'm going to look up building your comic book collection, see what that's about. Like, what advice?
Well, back when Comic-Con started, it was just comic books, and so there should hopefully still be comic book related.
And just whole panels, just
about comic
how
books.
How to take care of your comic books and what's going on, comic books, and what did I say? How to build your comic book collection. It's a poorly lit environment here, Marty.
Couldn't turn the other light on.
It's hard to read.
Because the sun went down.
The sun did go down. It's 5:56. Friday, February 8th,
February
2013.
8th. Already. It's February 8th. It seems like just yesterday we started this thing, and now
know.
a month and a half.
It's keeping us, that whole week and a half off is going to be, I'm going to get Jonesy. But hopefully we'll have good and new information.
Oh, yeah. We'll have a lot to talk about, and we'll be back with the Comic-Con countdown as well.
Yeah.
It'll be even closer. We'll be down to about 10 weeks, something like that.
That'll be crazy.
Then it's all about,
Comic-Con. Then after Comic-Con, boom, then we're going to start probably right into the Big Brother thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
People aren't going to, I don't know, see, Cliff will listen to those.
We'll become the biggest Big Brother podcast on iTunes.
Maybe exactly. That might just garner us more and more listeners. Yeah. Viewers. I just keep wanting to call them viewers.
So there might be more podcasts coming.
You were saying something like that.
Starting the entire Pondo Podcast Network, where Call Me Crazy works very well as a podcast. And
is that building your comic book collection, or how to build your comic book collection?
And the Pondo Cast might be starting within a few weeks. We'll see. We're going to do some trial runs and see what happens there.
Comic book world of social networking. Huh?
Like Facebook?
Transitioning comics. DC Comics Batman. Just a whole panel where they talk about Batman for an hour. That sounds like it might be interesting. What is pop culture? There's like an hour and a half there. 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. We do an hour on it every week.
Yeah. Role-playing game design. You're into that? There you go. Fighting games. Let's see. Tales of how not to suck at fighting games. That sounds like fun, huh? For somebody, not us, but somebody. Building your comic book collection was building, okay. Thanks for telling me that. Building comic book collection. I'm talking to our secretary.
Building
Building your comic book collection. He had an Afro Samurai thing there as well, where they showed it. They showed I don't know how many episodes, maybe no episodes. It was a 2-hour panel though. Sounds exciting. Building. Skyrim was pretty big back then.
Back when Skyrim was popular.
Still is. They're still making DLC for it, I believe. Yeah, this year we're gonna unload at the door, right? We'll have Mark there, so it should be pretty easy.
Yeah. We'll get there before the check-in time, so we'll be doing the con for a couple hours, and then I think check-in time's like noon, and then we'll load everything into the room and
then just go upstairs and watch cable for 3 days.
yeah, just Adventureland for 3 days straight.
Just 3 days. Adventureland marathons.
Whew.
I came all the way to Phoenix to watch
I don't think I'll be able to
Cartoon
handle
Network.
that. I can't even handle 15 minutes of that.
You didn't like that show?
It's too weird for me.
It is too weird, but I like it. I think it's good. Anger management for the everyday gamer. Maybe that's good for you, Marty.
Well, yeah, but I'm not an everyday gamer. That's for people who are getting really aggravated when they're
breaking things.
Yeah, they're throwing their controller at the TV and shit.
Mickey used to throw the controller at the console.
Then he would love that panel.
Chuck it at the console.
He'd be like, have you ever just thrown the controller right at the... Hey, yes, I've done that. No, we're going to teach you how not to care that much about the game. Have fun. Learn to enjoy losing.
Looked up to building your comic book collection, and it wasn't that exciting. Just tips on how to start your impressive collection. Everything is impressive. Everything in this guide makes you feel like you're really helping your life out by going to this panel.
Now, you put the comic book in the bag. I've never understood double bagging a comic book. Just get a thicker grade bag. Now, I've seen comic book bags actually perform a real purpose. I stored my comic book collection in a garage once.
Yeah.
And when I took it out, all the bags had turned yellow.
Okay.
The comics were perfect inside. So
Great.
the bags had absorbed all the crap. And the comics were left untouched. So then I took all the bags off and got fresh bags for them.
Nice, nice. Brain eating contest.
This is like a haunted house thing where you put your hand in the noodles. And
let me see. Round 1. Zombies love them. Brains. Zombies love them.
They're so undead obsessed as a
See
culture.
if who can eat Jello brains the fastest. Compete against other ages 16 and older in round 1. Winner will compete in the final round. There are 2 rounds. Prizes provided by Lulu Bell Toy Bogda. Bogigo. I don't know how to say that word. Anyway, so it looks like it's a 2-day event. And you eat a lot of Jello. If you like Jello, well, hell, there are prizes. Don't know what's happening this year, but last year could have went to the zombie brain eating contest.
Instead, we were probably standing somewhere looking for somebody.
Yeah.
If we stand here long enough, we'll see them.
Well, let's see. Breaking into comics. Yeah, if you're just into comics, want to create comics, learn more about how to be a good artist. There's dozens of those things. Panels like that. Cafe registration. If you haven't entered online, here's what you do to sign up. You have to register to attend these events. Don't miss out. And then there's a Cafe 101, Japanese theme restaurants. What's the difference between a hotel, a host club, and a maid cafe? fucking know. I don't think I care.
That's why you go to the...
That's why I... Let's see, that's an hour-long panel. Are they going to have food there? Doesn't say they're going to have food there. When I go to a cafe, I at least want a drink or something or something to eat. Casual versus hardcore gaming. What's the difference?
I was spending 1,000 hours
Like me?
versus like 2 hours. I'd say that's casual versus...
Someone that beats a game in 20, 25 hours as opposed to someone who sits there for hundreds and hundreds of hours playing the same game. And
At that point, you might as well be developing video games.
or at least in part play something to do with the debugging process, right?
Beta testing.
Yeah, because I do all the weird things that most people don't do. And I tend to find all those little spots where I get like, oh, look, I'm totally stuck here. I can't move at all now. I'm pretty good at that. Let's see, there's a whole host of concerts here on, what is that, Friday? Concerts. All ages rave. Rave continues. Texas Hold'em tournament. Now there's something Mark could get behind. It's like, ooh, what's that? Like, that's a 4-hour event right there. $10 registration. Sounds like something Mark could get into, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's happening while the steampunk ball is happening. Oh, happening. It's all the same thing.
Well, I'm sure they're having similar events.
Let's see. We got podcasting the abnormal way. I wonder what that's about.
Now, that could be something interesting to look into the podcast panels.
Yeah.
I think they even recorded the Nerdist Live up there last year. That was on a Friday.
Abnormal entertainment podcasting show. I see. Abnormal way. They're abnormal entertainment, and they're trying to teach you the abnormal way. I have to read these.
Yeah, podcasting panel. That could be interesting.
It could be.
It's really the new public access.
For everybody, yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's my comic book con update for this week. Let's talk about Phantasm some more.
Oh, yes, Phantasm.
Or Creep Show.
Phantasm's at 12:20, and Creep Show's at 7 a.m. Wow.
That's going to be a long night, yeah.
And that's next week this time we'll be getting ready to do that, and hopefully we'll be a little more awake because you don't want to start being this tired.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Stay up next week. In the past, I would have had some ideas, but I don't know. I'm just going to drink lots of Mountain Dew and try not to piss myself. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, that's always a good idea.
Maybe I just bring a big jug with me. I don't know. Hopefully I'll have beer money, but I don't see that happening. But it's still going to be fun. We're going to be signing autographs, taking pictures.
Yeah.
Bring your kids.
JJ will be there. And
JJ's going to be there?
well, I hope so. Now, what is this now?
Was it Batman?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was Batman's ringtone. Now, Creep Show is the one that where the guy starts out, the guy's like trying to quit smoking.
Oh, that's Cat's Eye.
That's Cat's Eye? I thought that was Creep Show. Okay. Maybe I just heard that on a podcast and they didn't know either. A smodcast.
Yeah, that's another Stephen King anthology movie.
Stephen King. He's still writing books?
Yeah, still cranking them out.
Well, that's good.
And we'll be seeing 2 adaptations next week.
Oh, so tomorrow, Zero Defects has another show. He's guys are pretty active band. They got a show somewhere past this, around the Saturday Morning Breakfast Club, but it's going to be at 8 o'clock at night, tomorrow night. And I can't give you the address. Look up Zero Defects on your Facebook, and I bet it's there somewhere. But by the time you hear this, it's probably over. I don't know.
Oh, we usually post Saturday mornings.
Oh, yeah, the reason it took that other one a little longer is because you had to convert it from the video.
Yeah.
Nice.
That one came out pretty good, though.
No, that's good.
It was our shortest.
It was?
Yeah.
I bet people who listen to it, they're going to be like, hey, where's Gene, right? Of course, I don't even sound like myself, according to Ray. I sound like, what, a business executive or something? A highly productive person?
Yeah.
A little more productive than I probably am. Wow, if I just talk like this the whole time, wow, that'd be my radio voice, huh?
There you go.
But I don't ever do that, so it's hard to maintain that. How do you train that? I don't know. You practice?
I guess.
I guess that's how wrestlers do it. They just don't come out there and they have a wrestling voice. But if you can't talk, they ain't going to put you out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
They're at least not going to hand you a microphone. Oh, we could talk about wrestling, but I doubt any of our listeners are huge wrestling fans. But then again, who knows? We got how many hits we got on our first podcast? We're up in the 20s.
It's up to 21 now.
21. It's legal now. It's legal.
I would suspect with iTunes, probably start getting even more.
Did you notice the hits went up after the live show? Did we catch any of your viewers?
We didn't get any hits until yesterday.
Is that right?
And then everything started getting hit again. I think everybody is tuning in at the end of the week. At least that's what it looked like.
I was just wondering if the pink cookie guy,
Not a single one. No.
any of those guys gave a shit.
Well, he had already experienced it. He was part of it. So.
Yeah. That iTunes thing should really help out, make it a lot easier for people to locate it.
Hey, people say, "Where do I get your podcast?" iTunes. Oh.
Now on those YouTubes, has anybody given us any likes or anything like that?
That's a very good question.
What's the deal with that?
Let's look that up. No comments, no likes or dislikes.
At all, huh?
First one's at 21. Second one's at 9. Third one's 8. Fourth one, 11.
Wow. Yes, I think more people started to pick up on the fourth one.
Mm-hmm. And 5, 2.
Or the buzz. Cool. So, like I said, JJ was saying he had trouble downloading episode 4. Any idea why that might be?
Not a clue. I mean, it's just YouTube, so.
So just try it again is what my advice will be to him.
Yeah.
Start from scratch. Maybe you get a good feed that time or whatever download rate. Yeah, looking forward to Comic Book Man coming on next week.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be exciting for me. I wish that show were an hour.
Yeah, I think it was when it first came on, and then it was down to a half hour. But there's more of them, so I guess it works out.
I guess. I just want more.
That'll be on at 10 or 11 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, TNA Wrestling's on that same time. That's where you can see Jesse from Big Brother wrestling. He's not that bad. He's got some skill. He's trained hard. He's no Miz. You know, Miz, as Ric Flair's endorsed Miz and given him the figure 4 leg lock. You know who the Miz is?
Oh, I know who the Miz is.
Okay, good.
I watched a lot of Real World.
Mike Mazarian? I think that's his name.
Yeah, it's on at 10 o'clock.
Nice. So is wrestling.
On Spike.
Yeah. And that runs, that's, I don't know, it hasn't been going late lately
Well,
because.
this is interesting. See, wrestling ends at 11. The
Yeah.
the replay of Comic Book Men 11:30.
And it's only a half hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe Mark could add that to my wish list.
Would they ever have any other kind of all-night marathons other than just horror movies?
Like what, sci-fi?
Yeah, or do like a comic book movie marathon, or show like every Star Trek movie in a row, or
That'd be a hard watch. How many are there Star Trek movies?
well, if say you just did 1 through 7 or something like that, not show all 11.
No, 11 is, I'd consider that a whole nother line of Star Trek,
Yeah.
What if?
Well, 8, 9, and 10 are the Next Generation movies, or is it 7, 8, 9, 10? Are there 4?
I'm not sure.
Now, there's Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country.
Then 7 is Generations, right?
Generations, which brought the two casts together.
Then First Contact.
Which was
Insurrection.
Not the best.
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
There's four Next Gen movies. Crazy. I haven't even seen all of those.
So when are we gonna work on the Nemesis movie?
In March.
March when you get back?
Yeah. We'll shoot the next season of that. Get that ready for summer and the fall.
Cool.
About every 6 months we'll do those. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, that's the Pondo Theater, Sundays at 4 a.m., Channel 20 here in Tucson. But that's only a handful of you people know how to get to that. AccessTucson.org. You can watch about 6 months worth of that program on there on demand anytime you want. That's where we host movies that are public domain and talk about them. It's fun. And Nemesis will be part of the next batch. No, not the Star Trek movie, but a different movie.
Better. No Captain Picard clones. That movie that's like my least favorite of the movies.
Mm.
I don't know if that's true or not. I just said that out loud. I'm really trying to think because some of these movies are really hard to watch.
So you saw the last part of the Rattlers finally?
Yes, I did.
We're done with that one.
I might even end up watching it again because it's going to be recorded again on my tape.
Oh yeah, from this week.
Yeah, so
New movie starts Sunday.
sometimes I don't know that I'll get that bored now that I've got the iPod upgrade.
Yeah.
I'll probably have other things to do besides watch the tail end of Rattlers again.
And you dig the other one out of the couch, and you can be like, okay, got the same thing on both iPods here. Got to rectify that.
Looking forward to that wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
That sounds exciting.
yeah. And they just started, so
Just like us.
yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm guessing.
The new year started and they said, hey, let's get this thing going. Wrestling. Wrestling's pretty huge. They just had the Royal Rumble up in Phoenix.
Mm.
I think it was last weekend. Not last weekend, but the weekend before. So this is pretty old information. The Rock is a world heavyweight champion. It was last weekend. Wait a minute. The Rock beat CM Punk. What else happened? Team Hell No kept their titles. Although I think but then the other day they lost a non-title match to Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. You know who those guys are, right? No.
I know. Well, give me a minute. I know El Santo.
No.
That's from way back though.
I think one of these guys might be related to El Santo,
Yeah.
actually. I don't know. I've been out of the studying wrestling information business for a while now.
I thought The Rock was busy making Fast and Furious sequels.
No, he just. There's a new Rock movie that's coming out. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like look pretty hardcore.
I did enjoy Walking Tall
Yeah,
with
I've never seen
Johnny
that.
Knoxville and The Rock. It's a remake.
No, I've seen the original.
Yeah.
With
Joe Don Baker.
Yeah, Joe Don Baker.
I've seen every Walking Tall movie and TV show.
There was a TV show.
Yeah, there's Walking Tall, and there's 2 and 3 where Bo Svensson takes over the role.
Oh, I can know
then,
that guy. Yeah.
And then he played the part again on the TV show Walking Tall that only lasted like 13 episodes. And then there was a Charles Durning movie where he played that cop. And then there's the Rock version. And then there's 2 sequels to the Rock version that have Kevin Sorbo in the part. And those aren't very good. But I've seen every single one of those.
Poor Kevin Sorbo.
Oh, maybe they'll have a Hercules panel at Comic-Con one of these times.
Oh, Xena.
I see a big lack of Hercules and Xena interest. Well, give it a few more years, and then it'll get big again.
And then people will be like, oh, the 10th anniversary of Xena, the 15th anniversary of Xena, 20th anniversary. Oh, yeah, I would go to that panel.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. We were just so Xena'd out, and by the time the 90s or the aughts, that it's like, okay, that's enough Hercules and Xena, because it was on all the time. And now you don't see it anywhere. There's also that Highlander show I never watched that has a huge cult following.
It's like Action Pack. That's what it was.
The
Action
Universal
Pack.
Action Pack. That's right. That's where it got started, when they had the 5 Hercules movies.
Yeah.
And then it became the show.
Then that show turned into the Xena sub. One of the movies had Xena in it.
Xena spin-off. That actually went for longer, right?
Yeah, I believe it did. That was a much better show. I thought.
Then there was Cleopatra 2525.
I watched some of that. I
And,
remember seeing some of that.
Jack of all trades. Yep. Used to see that all the time.
When did that started? Must have started in the early 90s, right?
Somewhere around, because we had Briscoe County first.
Oh, yeah.
That was around 93 or so, 20 years ago. And then we transitioned into the Herc and Xena.
You have all those shows?
No, I wasn't really that into it.
No, I mean, the first one you mentioned.
Oh, Briscoe County?
Yeah.
I can't watch that anymore. I watched one time, that was enough for me. Some people are really into it, but...
It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was amusing.
And it was good to see that guy get some work, man.
Hercules was 95 to 99. Xena was 95 to 2001. That shit ended 12 years ago.
Seems like longer.
Well, that wraps up another one.
It sure does. This is Gene.
And Marty, because sometimes we don't even bother identifying ourselves.
No,
so
we don't.
I'm going to get in the habit of
We
it.
should. We should be like at the beginning. This is on the bus down here. I saw a sign that said GM Service. Like they serviced. It was like a garage. So I was thinking maybe we get a picture of that, and then we throw an R on there or something.